A pound of beef now costs as much as a pair of sneakers. A small apartment demands a lifetime of savings. Something unusual is happening in America. The middle class, once a symbol of stability, is quietly retreating into vans, SUVs, and old sedans. People call them digital nomads, minimalists, or free spirits. Social media calls it #vanlife. The truth is far less romantic. Behind the filtered sunsets and inspirational captions are families boiling instant noodles in church parking lots, veterans folding blankets in truck beds, and fathers secretly charging their phones at Starbucks just to apply for online jobs. These people are not failures. They are being crushed by housing prices. They did not abandon society. Society abandoned them. While you are still paying off your mortgage, remember this: one medical bill, one job loss, or one rent increase could put you in the same parking lots you drive past every night. So what happened? How did a nation built on the promise of stability force an entire class of working people to live behind a steering wheel? What exactly is collapsing inside the American dream? Let's break it down. The new homeless, the working poor. In America, you do not need to lose your job to lose your home. You just need your landlord to raise the rent. Over the past 5 years, rent in many cities has surged by more than 40%. Meanwhile, wages have crawled forward only a few percentage points. It is like watching a tortoise race a rocket. In states like California, Florida, and New York, workers need the equivalent of 133 working hours per week just to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. That is nearly 19 hours a day. Enough time to survive, but not enough time to live. A tiny studio with 2 walls and a stove now costs the same as a used truck. So people choose the truck. At least a truck moves. The reasons are familiar: shrinking affordable housing, rising interest rates, investment firms buying entire neighborhoods, and growing land taxes. What is frightening is how smoothly the entire system pushes the middle class downward without appearing broken. A family of 3 earning $4,000 a month may spend over $2,600 on rent alone. After gas, groceries, medicine, and insurance, they are left with little or nothing. One flat tire or a $20 increase in the electric bill can collapse their entire budget. This cycle keeps working people poor and homeowners terrified that they might be next. The rise of the parking lot middle class. Across the West Coast, safe parking lots are appearing like emergency shelters. These are not drug addicts or people avoiding work. They are teachers, bank employees, delivery drivers, and nurses. 76% of them go to work every day. A man earning $3,200 a month was denied housing because of a low credit score. Now, he sleeps in a 2007 sedan. He said, "I'm not homeless. I'm just parked temporarily." That sentence has become the unofficial motto of the new middle class. America once sold itself as the land of opportunity. The American dream is still there. It is just sleeping in the back seat. The illusion of hard work. In school, Americans were taught that hard work guarantees a stable life. Today, you can work until your body breaks and still find yourself sleeping in your car after a 12-hour shift. The federal minimum wage has stayed at $7.25 an hour for more than 14 years, while costs for food, gas, medicine, rent, and childcare have risen non-stop. A basic lunch equals half an hour of work. A full tank of gas equals a full workday. There is an online joke: working hard does not make you rich. It just makes you tired while staying poor. Debt, the new American religion. This crisis did not appear overnight. It grew slowly as debt became the unofficial religion of the American middle class. Go into debt for tuition. Go into debt for a home. Go into debt for a car. Go into debt for groceries if necessary. Credit cards became the lifeline of survival. Today, personal credit debt has exceeded $1.14 trillion, the highest in history. Americans pay nearly $3 million per minute in interest alone. 60% of citizens do not have $1,000 for emergencies. That means one hospital bill or one blown tire can instantly send someone into their car. One man said, "I used to have a house, 2 cars, and a 780 credit score. Now I have a car, a folding mattress, and a credit score equal to winter temperatures." He barely smiled. The pain behind his joke was real. You do not collapse because you were irresponsible. You collapse because you followed every rule society taught you and still lost. The two faces of van life. On social media, van life looks magical. Ocean views, campfires, remote work. A golden retriever curled up next to a laptop. It all seems peaceful. The truth is darker. Behind every aesthetic photo is someone sleeping in a Walmart parking lot under neon lights instead of sunsets. Since 2020, hashtag van life has exploded. It sells the fantasy of freedom. Meanwhile, the number of people forced to live in vehicles has reached record highs. In Los Angeles alone, more than 13,000 people use vehicles as homes. For some, van life is a choice: minimalism, travel, remote work. For others, it is survival. One keyword, two opposite meanings. A woman who lost her job converted a minivan into a tiny home. At first, she called it free nomadism. Months later, she asked, "What kind of freedom is it when I must choose between gas or dinner every night?" Van life is not a trend. It is a mirror. It shows both the dream of freedom and the fear of collapse, when normal becomes dangerous. If the current trend continues, by 2035, the vehicle residency could become America's third major housing model. It sounds like progress, but it is actually proof of a society adjusting to inequality instead of solving it. Imagine giant parking lots where hundreds of vans line up, premium spots with solar panels, budget spots near gas stations, free Wi-Fi, charging stations, monthly memberships, a rebranded version of homelessness. Vehicle residence becomes the new label, not homeless, just mobile. The car, the last fortress of dignity. For many Americans, a car is the final line of dignity. At safe parking sites, you will see a neat row of vans and sedans, a shiny SUV where an office worker checks job applications, a minivan holding a retired teacher reading medical bills. They still shower at gas stations. They still dress well. They still go to work. At night, they park silently side by side, pretending none of this is happening. The most common sentence you hear is, "I'm not homeless. I'm just parking temporarily." This is not denial. It is a way to protect their dignity. In America, losing your home also means losing your address, your insurance, your identity. Without an address, you disappear from the system. A veteran in Santa Barbara once told me, "At least in this car, I can still lock the doors." His voice was calm, but his words exposed a national tragedy. So, let me ask you, is van life a new form of freedom, or is it the final fracture in the middle class? Leave your thoughts below, share your story, and if you want more deep analysis of America's socio-economic reality, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next one.